I just recorded half this video just to find out that the camera was not recording. So now I gotta start all over. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Nana. Thank you for clicking on this video. I really hope it's helpful for you because I would have really appreciated this video when I was going into my freshman year. So I really hope this video benefits you. If you are a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you would like to subscribe, that would be nice. Please subscribe. You know, I'm going to be giving out more college advice and more stuff about Illinois State because I know there's not a lot of YouTube videos about Illinois State. So I thought I'd share some stuff with you guys. I'm also going to make some other videos, so can you please leave a comment down below what kind of videos you'd like to see for me so I can cater to my audience. That would be great. Like in the title, today I'm going to be talking about the different housing options at Illinois State because I would have really appreciated a video like this when I was a freshman because there's literally no videos about this on YouTube, so I know some of you guys would really appreciate and benefit from it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why did I say today like that? Ew. So let's get into the video. At Illinois State, there are 3 different housing options for students. There is Watterson Towers, Hewitt and Manchester, and Tri-Towers. And at Illinois State, you are required to live in a dorm your freshman year unless you get an exemption. The only exemption that I know of is if you live close enough to campus to commute. I don't know if there's any other exemptions that you can get, but you also are required to live in the dorms your sophomore year, but you can file for an exemption to live on campus in an apartment. But I know it's really hard to get an exemption and you have to go through a whole application process, but people do it, so it is possible. But other than that, you have to live in the dorms your freshman and sophomore year. So I'm going to start out with Watterson, and then I'm going to move on to Hewitt and then Tri. And then I'm going to talk about the layout of the building, the layout of each floor, the layout of the rooms, and different facts about each building to help you decide which building that you want to live on. If I look down, it's because I have my notebook and my laptop in front of me so I don't forget about any information that I wrote down and that I wanted to share with you guys. Right, first we're going to start off with Watterson. Watterson houses the most amount of freshmen in Illinois State, and it is the closest to campus. By saying closest to campus, I mean it is closest to the quad, and the quad is an area where all the class buildings are. Watterson is split into 25 floors, technically 50, 25 on each side, one on the south tower and one on the north tower, and it is split into 10 houses, 5 houses on each side, and each house has 5 floors. Sounds really complicated, but I'm going to put up a picture, and as you can see, once it's broken down, it makes a lot more sense. So the elevator takes you to the 3rd floor of each house, and from there you can go onto the floor that you live on or the floor that you want to go to. So let's say you live on Monroe 5. You would take the elevator to Monroe and then go to the staircase and then go up 2 floors to get to your dorm room. In order to get into Watterson, you need to swipe your residence card, and the only people that will unlock the door is if you are a resident of Watterson. So if you live in Tri or Hewitt and Manchester and you try to swipe your card, the door will not open. But there are people who are coming in and out all the time, so it's not that hard to get into Watterson. When you're getting to your room, you get 2 keys. You get your suite key and your room key. The suite key is the key that you use to get onto your actual floor, and then your room key is the key for your room. With Watterson, every 3rd floor of the house has a lounge, and the lounge is somewhere that you can go to hang out with friends. You can go there to do homework. Sometimes your RAs will have little floor parties on there. So you can, it's basically a recreation area. You can do anything that you want there. And then on each suite, a suite is where all the dorm rooms are located. There's another little area. There's a little table and chairs, and you can sit with friends. You can do homework there, or hang out with your floor mates. Also with Watterson, there are 4 different room layouts for a double. There's layout A, B, C, and E. This is the room layout for a double A. This is the layout that I had last year. It is a bit small, but like my roommate and I made it work. And then this is room layout B. Room layout B is the biggest layout that you can have. It is honestly pretty big. And then this is layout C. And then this is layout E. Also in Watterson, you can have a single suite, or this year they're having triples. I can't speak on a triple because I've never seen it before. I think this is the first year that they're doing a triple. I think it's due to coronavirus. I think they're getting rid of quads. A quad is where you live in a room with 4 people. I don't know if it's gonna come back in years to come, or if it's just gone forever. They have a triple, and this is what a triple looks like. And then they have a single. This is what a single looks like. And then they have a single suite. This is what a single suite looks like. It's essentially an apartment where you and another person have your own rooms, and then you share a bathroom, and then you share a living room. The dining hall is located inside Watterson. So if you are a resident of Watterson, you do not have to leave the building to get to the dining hall. There's a little breezeway that you can go through to get to the dining hall. There's also the Rosa Parks room in Watterson, and that is another like recreational room. There's like a wall of mirrors, and then there's a bunch of different chairs and a bunch of like ginormous TVs. So like people can rent out the rooms. Sometimes like organizations and clubs rent out the room. Sometimes like again your RA can rent out the room to have like little like floor parties. Students can rent out the room. Sometimes I've seen like a few students rent out the rooms to like watch like award shows with their friends and stuff, to like utilize like ginormous TVs that are in there. And sometimes organizations like have like events and they have food, and sometimes they have extra food and they just like give it away to people who are walking past the room for free. So sometimes you get free food when you walk past the Rosa Parks room. Oh my god, the lighting. The lighting, sorry, the lighting keeps going in and out, my bad. I mean, it's not my bad, it's Mother Nature's bad, because it wants to be real cloudy today, but I wanted to upload this video as soon as possible, so I had to film today. So, if I am dark, blame the clouds. In Watterson, there's a water fountain only located on the 3rd floor of each house. So basically, the elevator floor of each house. So it is a little bit inconvenient, but if you plan ahead of time, so like if you get like a Brita or like a water jug that you can just put in your fridge, then it's not really that much of an inconvenience. So here are some things to consider when choosing whether or not to live in Watterson. One, for Watterson, you have to go home for every single break. They shut down the whole building except for the dining hall, but you are required to go home for every break. So if you are a person that is not sure if you're going to be able to go home for every breaks, I'm not sure if Watterson would be the place to live for you. Also, it is not really wheelchair accessible, so if you are handicapped, it is probably not the best decision for you to live in Watterson. It is somewhat manageable, but it is not the best, if that makes any sense. It is not as accessible as it could be, but it kind of is. So it is up to you. There is a subway in every single housing building. It is open till 3 a.m. As opposed to the dining hall, which closes at 9 o'clock. So if you want something past 9 o'clock, you can go to Subway. Another thing about Watterson is that there is a Domino's like right across the street. So if you get tired of dining hall food, or if you get tired of Subway, there is a Domino's right across the street. And that is it about Watterson. Alright, moving on to Hewitt and Manchester. Hewitt and Manchester is a little bit different. The front doors are open for the majority of the day because there are some classrooms in Hewitt and Manchester, and there's also the Weiser Center. The Weiser Center is where you can go to get tutoring. I would highly recommend the Weiser Center because 1, it's free, and 2, it is very, very, very helpful. But like I said, the doors are open for the majority of the day. So in order to get into the actual housing buildings, you have to swipe your card, and the doors will only open if you are a resident of Hewitt and Manchester. So for the rooms, it is a lot more simpler than Watterson. The elevator stops at each floor in Hewitt and Manchester, and the floors are hotel style. So when you think of like college dorm rooms. That's the style that it's in. So all the rooms are on the outside of the hallway, and then on the inside is the elevator, and then also there is a little lounge area. It's in like a separate room. It's similar to Watterson's lounge. And then they have a little area where you use the microwave, and then they have a industrial sink that's there. As opposed to Watterson, Watterson does not have that. So if you want to use the sink, you will have to go to the bathroom and use the bathroom sink. Also in Hewitt and Manchester, they have themed floors. So let's say you are a nursing student, you are able to live on a floor with all other nursing students, and there's a bunch of other like themed floor options that you can do. It's on the website, so if you're looking for it, I'll just leave a link in the description. Oh, also there is a water fountain on every floor in Hewitt and Manchester, so that's very convenient. When you're considering whether or not to live in Hewitt and Manchester is open all year round. So it's open during the summer, winter break, spring breaks, all the other breaks. So as opposed to Watterson, you do not have to go home for breaks. So if you know that you may or may not be able to go home for a certain break, I would recommend you to live in Hewitt and Manchester, because that way you don't have to worry about where you will be able to stay. So with Hewitt and Manchester, there is only one room layout for a double. This is what it looks like. So this year, they do not have any double suites in Watterson, but they do have double suites in Hewitt and Manchester. So this is double suite 1, and then this is double suite 2. I'm not sure if I explained it, but a suite is essentially like you have your own bathroom, so you don't have to use the, Weck. Basically, in all suites, you have your own bathroom, and then you have your own living room type area. So the bathroom you and your suite mates are the only ones that use it, so you don't have to use communal bathrooms, but you have to clean your own bathroom. So no janitors come inside to clean the bathroom for you. So in Hewitt and Manchester, this is the single. So unfortunately, in Hewitt and Manchester, there is no dining hall, so you have to walk to Watterson to eat in the dining hall. It is about a 5-minute walk, 7-minute walk if you're walking like extremely slow, but it isn't like terrible where you don't want to walk. And if you aren't in the mood to walk, there is a subway. Like I said, there's a subway in every single housing building. Alright, moving on to Tri Towers. Just a disclosure, I've only been to Tri about like 5 times, so I cannot speak as in depth about Tri as I can about the other housing buildings. First off, Tri is the furthest from campus. So most people take the bus to get to campus from Tri. Some people walk. When it's nice outside, a lot more people walk to Tri. But in the winter, almost everybody takes the bus. Like Hewitt and Manchester, the rooms are hotel style, and it's the same layout. Here's what a double looks like in Tri Towers. All the 3 towers have the same layout for a double. And then you can only get a double suite in 2 of the buildings. So this is what the double suite 1 looks like. And then this is what a double suite 2 looks like. You can only get a single in right tower. So this is what a single suite looks like in the first one. And then this is what a single suite looks like second. And then this is what a regular single looks like. Like in the title, there's 3 buildings in Tri Towers. That's why it's called Tri Towers. They have their own dining hall, so they don't have to go all the way to Watterson to get to the dining hall. They have their own. I heard Tri Towers has the best food. I mean, I've never eaten at Tri, so I can't say that personally, but like everyone says that Tri has the best food, so they have that going for them. Also, Tri is the closest to the football field, so a lot of athletes live in Tri because it's closest to where they have to go for practice. And they have a really nice recreation room. I think Tri was the most recent building built, so it is the most modern. So now I'm going to talk about what all the buildings have in common, or like what you need to consider when you're living in a housing building at ISU. So with ISU, you are allowed to bring your own fridge, but you are not allowed to bring your own microwave. So you have to use the communal microwaves that they have. it's really not that big of a deal because that way your room does not smell like food. But sometimes people burn food in the microwave. It does not happen that often. Sometimes people microwave stuff that smells really bad, but like it's not as often. It doesn't happen as often. The most things people microwave is mac and cheese and popcorn. So that's basically what the hallway smells like all the time. But it's not as strong and it's really not as bad. I was really worried about that, but after the first year I was just like, okay, it's not even that bad. And my room last year was like right next to the microwave, but we barely like smelled what other people were making in the microwave. All housing buildings have their own computer lab where you can print and just like do homework and stuff. And like I mentioned, every single housing building at ISU has a Subway. They love their Subway in Bloomington Normal. It's crazy, but they love their Subway. You will get tired of Subway. You will 100% get tired of Subway, but continue to eat it because that is the only thing that is open that is closest to you, and you will deal with it. But now that I'm out of school, I kind of miss Subway, so that's kind of saying something. Alright, so that is it about all the 3 different housing buildings at Illinois State. I really hope this video was helpful in helping you decide which building that will fit best for your needs. If you liked it, please give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe, that would be very nice, because I'm going to be making more content about Illinois State, also about college, but some other stuff. Some like lifestyle videos, some like random videos. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing if I'm being completely honest, but we're just here. So if you like my vibes, then subscribe. Please follow my social medias. I have my Instagram, my TikTok, and my depop in the description down below. I also have the link to the housing website at Illinois State that you can look at the different layouts of each building in the description. Yeah, that's the end of the video, bro. I don't really know how to end the video, so I'm probably just gonna cut it off at some point. Probably now.